Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel here. I'm a teacher, and for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my first full week of meals for the month of January. This is going to accompany that big January extreme grocery budget for $30 for the entire month. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, I will link that video down below. It's going to give you all the info, basically like why I'm doing it, how I came up with $30, how am I going to feed myself for $30, and it's just going to give you a lot of information. So if you haven't seen that one yet, please watch that one, then come back here. This is going to be a full week of meals just for one person, and I do want to say that even though I'm cooking for one person right now, I have cooked for a crowd in the past, and a lot of these meals that I will make, I would just make them and then I will spread them out for a couple days because I don't have a problem with eating leftovers. Sometimes I don't want to eat leftovers, and I could be a little bit more creative, but technically I just really love to eat leftovers. Some people don't, and that is okay too. You can still mix and match things, and like for instance, some of these meals I might make one of, you could just split them and just made them, split down the ingredient list and the amount serving size so that you can make it for one person. You can totally do that. There are even some recipes on Pinterest where you can go in there and change the recipe formats to serving one person, and then they will let you know the ingredient list for just one person. So that's a really good helpful tip. Keep that in mind if you are like, I cook for one person but I don't like leftovers. So just a little tip there. Anyway, so for this video, I am going to be sharing with you all the stuff that I had for one whole entire week, but I want to give a couple of little caveats. Number one, this week was a very weird week and I didn't feel very good. So some of these days I just wasn't as hungry, especially that first day on the Monday. I really didn't feel very good. I think I was overly exhausted just from holidays and, people at the house and different schedules and everything like that. And it was really hard to get back on that day. I was really tired, had a really bad headache and stuff. So I didn't sleep very well the whole weekend and all this stuff. Anyway, so those meals are not that big. I'm going to go and share them right here. For breakfast, I just did fruit, just took a little picture here with some that little whipped cream. For lunch, I had my own little adult lunch bowl, which Fit Frugal Ash, I believe is her name here on YouTube. She recently just came back to YouTube, so I will link her channel and info down below. But she used to make an adult Lunchable, and so I did that one day on that Monday. And then that night, I still was just really, really tired. I barely made it through my workout. I went because it was the first workout of the new year, and I wanted to be a part of it. It's my Zumba group, but I didn't feel very good. I just had some chicken noodle soup, and honestly, I was not giving it 100%, but I was there, and it was just great for the camaraderie of all the ladies. Anyway, that's just my little thing right there. And then also for this week, I decided I really wanted to try to do a freezer and fridge and pantry kind of clean out. So I decided to see, could I make a whole week of meals without actually going to the grocery store? Because I usually go to the grocery store during the weekend time, and I didn't, and I was gonna have to go on that Monday or Tuesday. And guess what? I did it. So this week I spent nothing, $0, and I'm so proud of myself. So let me share with you what I had, and yeah, sorry if they're not too creative. If there are any recipes that are accompanying these, I will link them down below, and yeah, just stay tuned, and then I'll do a recap at the very end because I love to show all my thoughts organized because I'm a teacher. Anyway, let's get into it.
Okay, if you saw that video, I had some waffles in the freezer. I pulled those out, and I also decided to make myself a pumpkin kind of puree on top. However, that kind of messed up. You'll hear about that in the upcoming vlog. I ended up just having waffles with some cinnamon and stuff on top, but it was fine. It still tasted really great, and I had some maple syrup on top of it. For lunches, I pulled out actually a couple of those cans of the Progresso soup. These are actually really, really good, and I found them to be filling. This one just happened to be a 200 calorie one because once again, I still wasn't feeling the greatest. This is also being mentioned in a vlog that's either already up or coming up, but it is time for some chili. So I'm pulling this out for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There's quite a bit in here. I might even have enough for 4 servings. And I don't know, my mom might have some of this with me. This is just a chili I've made before, and like I mentioned in that vlog, I have another vlog where I made this. I will look for the recipe and try to link it, but the original recipe on Pinterest that I followed is no longer available, so I will link the other video where I have this recipe or try to find one that's similar and post it in the description box. But yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'll have this chili. It's one of my favorites. Okay, also I did mention in that video, but I thought I would record it for this one as well in case you don't see that vlog. I am going to be putting a little bit of this Daya cheese and some broccoli bits, what am I saying? Bacon crumbles in order to add a little bit of flavor. I'll keep you posted on this. Daya cheese, I just have it left over because my niece is gluten and dairy free. And yeah, we're just gonna have that. Unfortunately, I don't have any sour cream, so bummer. But yeah, that's gonna be dinner. I'll just probably post a pic somewhere. If I don't, it's just chili.
we've probably all seen chili.
Okay, I normally have oatmeal later on in the week, but I decided to do it in the middle of the week and I'll use the waffles later on just because these are ready to go. I just made some quick oats here. I have the Great Value quick oats. They're pretty cheap and they work really well. I don't really like rolled oats. I just use some hot water from my kettle, gonna add some peanut butter and some chocolate chips left over from Christmas baking, and then I'll just put my banana on top. But there you have it, just some PB and chocolate and banana oatmeal. Okay, I decided to take that macaroni and cheese, some of the ham, and those broccoli cuts and kind of make some creative dish. I don't know, I just figured I would throw something together because we're trying to use up items this week. The broccoli cuts go in the microwave. I did find out that my microwave is really, really high watt and it can't go at the same time as my burner. So that was fun, flipping the breaker. Anyway, I boiled my noodles or boiled my water to get my noodles ready, chopped up some ham. There's still plenty left. This is some of the powdered milk I had in the refrigerator that I wanted to use up. And figured I'd just throw it inside of this dish. Anyway, got my noodles going inside here because it's pretty much boiling and ready to go. Cook those up as per usual. You know, macaroni and cheese, threw some salt in there. I always like to do that with my noodles I'm boiling. Move them around so they didn't clump up. This burner is amazing, by the way. It's a Cuisinart single burner. Once that was done, I decided to go ahead and drain it. I did then turn on the broccoli because, yeah, that didn't happen. Chopped up the ham and put the broccoli inside there and just kind of moved it all around and stirred it up and made some kind of creative dish. But yeah, it actually tasted really, really great. I was pretty surprised. Okay, these bananas are definitely ready to go. Just made my oatmeal. Wow, that is looking pretty crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and take two of these bananas and chop them up and get them ready for smoothies. I'm going to actually flash freeze them, which I will insert a clip about that. The other two I'm just going to throw in whole for banana bread. Anyway, this is what it looks like when you flash freeze them. They're basically in a single layer. You put them in the freezer, then you'll break them apart and then throw them in a baggie. So that's what I did. And it just keeps them from clumping together when you need to use them.
Might hear the washer running because filling in for my mama, but let me get the dust off that. I am going to be making the last of my rice to go with that Korean food I had in the freezer. I pulled it out and I'm going to thaw it and just use the last of the rice. I have some of that broccoli, the frozen broccoli, and then I might even put a fried egg on it so I can stretch it for a couple of meals. So yeah, let's make some rice. So today is Friday, and for Friday and Saturday's meal, I actually took out that bulgogi and I made that broccoli. I originally dumped the entire thing in there, and then I realized, oh, hey, I need some of that for my meal, so I took some of that off. So if you saw like a big splurge of it, and then it seemed like less in the ending of that macaroni dish, that is why. But anyway, so some broccoli, and then I have some rice here. So I'm just going to be eating this for Friday and Saturday. And it's kind of like a sweet treat because, you know, it's like, or not a sweet treat, but like, it's kind of like a special treat because the weekends, of course, are a little bit more, you know, like relaxed. But I feel like this meal is going to make me feel like I went out to eat, if you know what I mean. All right, so we're going to have these two things. I may even put an egg on top of this for today because we're going to be doing some big time workout today. And I feel like I might need a little extra protein. But anyway, I'll share with you what this looks like for these days.
Okay, here is the bulgogi. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. This is really, really good, and it tastes great even though it was in the freezer.
Okay, this is going to be a meal I'm just going to be having here on the weekend. I'm just going to do a little fun meal with my leftover chips and salsa, some of this guac that actually is still good, and my salsa. So I'm just going to have this little snackaroo, probably have a little bit more fruit, but this is going to also count as a meal along with some things in the freezer. Yes, I'm going to have pizza rolls because I just want them. So this is going to be my fun meal. All right. Okay, we're going to do the recap here. Normally I use the Louise Lane planner. I think I mentioned this in another video, but this just got really, really crazy. It was for January 4th through the 10th, but things just got super crazy with moving things around that I decided to reorganize my thoughts here. I had a little scrap paper and I just used the back of it. So, all right, so for breakfast, I did do fruit that first day. The pumpkin spice waffles. Unfortunately, if you saw, of course, the beginning part, I couldn't use that little puree I had for it. And then I just simply had some oatmeal. I've showed how to make this oatmeal 100 bazillion times, so I think I just showed like a picture along with the ingredients. For lunches, I did that Lunchable that one day with that cheese ball, which was actually really, really good. I totally would eat that again, but it needs to be more filling. Then I had Progresso soup 2 of the days. Didn't show all the cans. I just showed it like the one day. I made that ham, broccoli, and cheddar pasta kind of thing. And just to try to use up some of those ingredients, like that ham was pretty close to like, well, actually, it's still good, but I wanted to use it up because I wasn't using it for anything else. And then I just wanted to use up that cheddar pasta. And then also I did for snacks some fruit, and then I did just crackers and more of that cheese ball. For prep, all I did was just work on freezing some of those bananas for future times because I didn't want them to go bad. For dinners, I did chicken noodle soup that first day. Then I took out this chili here, and once again, like I said, this was just like something I had in the freezer. I will link a vlog I have along with like a similar recipe, like I said in the clips, I believe. This recipe is no longer available on Pinterest, unfortunately. The pin doesn't work or whatever. Then for Friday and Saturday, I did that Korean beef with rice and broccoli. I was planning on putting like an egg on one of them, and I don't think I did that actually because it was so filling and it was actually really good. It's very spicy though. It's that Bulgogi. I don't know if that's how you say it. Please don't butcher me. I really don't know. And then for Sunday, my fun meal was just like chips and salsa with some of those like pizza snacks. And then I actually had some of those pecan clusters or something that I had. I'll try to put like a picture of the box or something right here, but that's basically what I had. Anyway, this was just the recap. And once again, I will say that maybe some of this stuff might not seem as filling, but this was a very weird week where I just was really overly tired and I just wasn't that hungry. And also, this was like kind of the challenge to try to see if I could clean out my freezer. All right, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. The next one is going to be a little bit more creative with actually some cooking. So please forgive me on this one and stay tuned for more ideas. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.